Hey guys, this is Claudia with 100% Raw Nature. So I've been getting a lot of inquiries about waist beads, and I just wanted to show you guys how exactly to measure your waist beads so you can go ahead and place your orders. Okay, so first things first is you grab your tape measure, take it to either centimeters or to the inches, place it where you want your waist beads to sit. Some people like their waist beads to sit up here. Okay, that would make me a 30. And some people like their waist beads to sit down here. I personally like my waist beads to sit down here, and I like my waist beads to fit loose. Okay, so that will put me at about a 36, right? And that's the measurement you give me. All right, so you see that difference between my actual waist and where I like my waist beads to sit. It's all a personal choice, all right? Another thing is when you're working with sacred things such as waist beads come from an old ancient tradition. They were generally made as a rite of passage for young women, either when they got their menstrual cycle or when they reached a certain age, when they got engaged, when they got married. And they were usually made by a member of the family, like the aunt or a mother, because it was very important that the person making these beads had the right intention and the right energy when making these beads. So they weren't usually made by someone that you don't know. They were also usually made by people who were well known in the village, like women who specialized in bringing young ladies through the rites of passage, such as myself. Those were the ladies who were responsible for making these kinds of beads for young girls. Okay, they were also used to gauge weight management. So this is also a nice way for you to look at yourself in terms of losing weight. You can have them made a little bit smaller if you know that you want to lose a little bit of weight around your little pooch area. And then it's a good way to, gauge exactly where your progress is. That's what I did when I initially made mine. I was just a little bit bigger than I am right now. But with the beads that I make my beads using different things. I make them using Swarovski crystals, glass beads, and semi-precious stones with healing properties. I am generally a person who doesn't really like too many colors. I like solid colors. So if you look at my personal beads, which are these that I'm holding, you'll notice that they are actually just solid colors. My beads also tend to be very strong. I bathe with these. I go to the beach. I swim with these. I do everything with these beads, okay? And as you can see, they're actually very pretty. They glow. They kind of blingy, so as to say, okay? And I actually have one of them that has like a little ornament, which is like a little fish. And it can represent anything and mean anything to anybody, okay? So these waist beads, these particular ones belong to me. You can have your waist beads made however you like them. It can be a tedious process. Those who've ordered beads with me know we go back and forth. I send you different colors. I assist you picking it out. Sometimes some people call me and they tell me they're having certain issues, and I can also recommend some semi-precious stones and crystals to add in to just kind of assist with your journey. These beads are excellent if you're a lady who's trying to get in contact with your femininity. It's just something that just makes you more self-aware, so as to say, okay? I will also show you some beads that I'm currently working on. Oops. If we don't tangle them. But this is an example of a few beads that I'm working on. I'm not too sure if you can see them, but if you look at this one has a little Buddha on it. You can also have your initials put on there. Usually when I put initials, I use sterling silver covered with 18 karat gold. It won't rust. As the gold wears off, only the sterling silver is going to be exposed, so you can bathe, swim with it, and do a whole bunch of things you want with it. Now, when we look at this particular strand of bead, you will notice that it has tiger's eye on it. And tiger's eye is a real protective stone, and in the semi-precious realm, it helps with protection, grounding, and various other things, including your sex drive and sexuality as well. That's the tiger's eye. It's one of the very first stones that I fell in love with as I began to get more attuned to crystals many years ago. This particular strand has been pretty popular as I made it for a specific client. She allowed me to show it. I don't usually show beads because I believe they're very sacred and they're very individual to people. But this one has hematite on it. I'm not too sure if you can see the hematite. Hematite has a whole bunch of properties on it. And again, you can bathe with these. You can do a whole bunch of stuff with these. You can have different color variations. You can do whatever you want. This is your own personal bead. But it has many Swarovski crystals of different colors as well. Okay. And then we have this one. This is a green and gold bead with Swarovski crystals on it as well. Okay. And this is also another favorite of mine. And I'm starting to notice that as I'm making more colors, I'm starting to think that I may just end up making some colors for myself. But this is just, you know, a few examples of what you can do with in terms of making your own custom waist beads, okay? So that's the waist beads. I also make bracelets for people out of semi-precious stones. From tiger's eye, turquoise, yellow turquoise, jasper, jade, malachite. I mean, whatever it is that you really want, I usually list the options over there. And you can also add different things to it. This one has a Buddha. And with measuring for bracelets is a little bit different, because what you want to do is you want to measure your arm snug with the bracelet. Okay, so for me, I would be like 6 inches. Why? Because we use stretch material, all right? And I have a lot of variations. This is just a small sample of all the different semi-precious healing stones that I carry. And again, you can design your own. There's usually an option of pendants and different things to choose from. Okay, so again, this is just a little short video. Now remember, ladies, when it comes to stuff like waist beads, your womb is a very sacred place, and you really want to make sure that you are comfortable and confident with the person that actually makes your waist, you know, beads, that you kind of connect with this person and know exactly who you're ordering from. It's just not something that you just buy a strand off the street and, you know, decide to make it sacred. There's a reason why back in the day only specific people were allowed to make waist beads for a woman. It's because this is something that's going to be so close to this sacred space, the very place where life comes from. Okay, so with that said, I just wanted to wish everybody a pleasant day, and thank you very much for tuning in. And remember, subscribe, like, share, and tell your friends to come and order some beads. Hope to see you guys soon. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.